Greetings, 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 everyone. Thank you all for tuning in to another edition of Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay. Tonight, we have a very special guest. This is episode 21. It's entitled, let me go ahead and put that up here on the screen so you can see it. It's entitled Versatility at the Root, Fiona Curry on Building a Strong Start and Beginning. I got to tell y'all, I met Miss Fiona, about a year ago at the World Natural Hair Show. We was taking a class. Well, actually, I was taking a class with her mentor. She'll talk about him when we get started. But nonetheless, if you're tuning in, you have joined Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay. I am your host, Yah-Tay Keaton, also known as Yah-Tay the Barber Stylist. I am located here in Columbia, South Carolina. And this is Female Barber Talk, where we have, well, I've had a wide variety of individuals come on. It is geared toward female barbers for our voices, our conversations, our triumphs, our challenges in the industry. It's just a place that I've created for us to share our stories so that we can encourage the next generation of barbers and also have others within the industry come on as well. So as I'm preparing to introduce Fiona, don't forget to subscribe, comment, do share your thoughts on this podcast, which is entitled, once again, Versatility at the Root, Fiona Curry on Building a Strong Start in Barbering. And building that foundation is very, very important. So let's meet Fiona Curry. She is a licensed master barber from Central Georgia with over 5 years of cutting experience. Before stepping fully into the world of barbering, Fiona worked as a bus driver, but her passion for the craft led her to pursue it professionally. I can't wait to y'all meet her and see some of her work. When we talk about versatility, she is very versatile, and you'll see it. She graduated with honors from Central Georgia Technical College in May of 2023 and has since been making a name for herself at Old World Barbershop in Macon, Georgia. So if you're in the Macon, Georgia area, please go check her out at Old World Barbershop. She'll tell you all exactly where it's located, but it is in Macon, Georgia. Fiona brings skill, precision, and strong work ethics to every client she serves, combining her real-world experience with a deep commitment to the barbering industry. All right, y'all, put your hands together. I wish I had some clapping hands, but I'm getting better at this podcasting thing. We want to welcome Fiona to the stage. All right,
Hey,
Miss Fiona, how you doing? Let's get you up
I'm
here.
good.
There we go. Good to see you once again, even though it's over these internet streets.
Right.
How you been? How you been?
I've been doing well. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good
Good, good, good.
considering, I've posted it, but I don't want to make this a drab, but I lost my father recently. It's been about a
Hmm.
month. So
Hmm.
I have some good days and not so good days, but
Hmm.
on Sundays, he would, call me after the podcast. So at this time, he know this is what I be doing. So
Right.
I'm moving forward with the vision. And though he's not here with me physically, spiritually, he's all around. And his word, you at the barber shop? Like that. Okay, yeah, I'm at the barber shop. But anyway, thank you for joining. I greatly appreciate it.
No
Y'all are
problem.
gonna see some of her work. When I say versatility, uh, no, when she say versatility, you're gonna see what she means by being a versatile barber, not just in being able to cut all textures of hair, but the reach and what you can do as a barber. Y'all are gonna see some of her work. Um, um, yeah. Anyway, tell us a little bit about yourself, Fiona. I know I introduced you, but go ahead and share a little bit more with us. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm from Louisville, Georgia. I'm 34 years old. I've been in the barber industry for about 5 years, and I love it. My grandfather and I got an older brother, right? They both cut hair, and so they inspired me. And then I would go to the barber shop to watch my brother cut hair to get a lineup, and I watch
Uh-huh.
other barbers and their creativity, and I'd be like, okay, well, that sparkled my interest. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay,
and ever
okay.
since then, I was like, I want to be a barber. And then my brother like, get your license, get your license. And so I finally got my license, and it went from there.
All right, all right. And you at Old World, tell them exactly where, for those of you who don't know where Macon, Georgia is, it's in Georgia. Now let me stop. Tell them where, tell them where Old World, because I think it's two locations there, right?
Right. It's
You have
well, we have three.
well,
We have
three.
Macon, Warner Robins, and Perry. And so I
Okay,
work at the one downtown Macon. It's 385 Cotton Avenue.
okay. Y'all heard that now.
Mhm.
385 COT, C-O-T.
Cotton.
Okay. Oh, Cotton, Cotton,
Hmm.
Cotton Avenue.
Hmm.
So y'all make sure y'all get down there and see Fiona. All right. And go to the link and book her too.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So um today's subject is about versatility. She said she wanted to share that with us and also talk about building that foundation. So as you've seen and heard, she was inspired by her brothers, right? You say your brother, right?
My brother and my
Inspired by
grandfather.
a
Yeah.
brother and a grandfather. Do they still work together or they work in separate
Well,
places?
my granddad, he's deceased. He used to cut
Okay,
at his
sorry to hear that.
house. And
Oh
so my
wow.
brother, he's still cutting here in Millsville, Georgia.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay. So grandfather started it. He started it all.
Right.
So that name rings a bell for people in the community, huh? The
Right.
local
His name was
community there.
Willie Javier.
What? Okay, Mr. Willie, Mr. Willie. What do they call him at the barbershop?
They call him Wood.
What?
WUT. Wood.
What? Okay,
He had a
okay,
sister named, I think he had a sister
okay.
named Put and one named Soot. They call him Wood, Put, Soot.
Wow, 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 wow. And you say he cut at the barbershop all his life? Hey, thank you,
he
Styles, to
he cut at
inspire for
his
joining.
he cut at his house majority of the time.
Okay, gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha, gotcha.
yeah,
So that's all right. He saved
right,
on the overhead.
mhm,
All the resources come to the house.
right. So I guess it's just
That's
in
all
me,
right.
It's just in me to
Right,
cut
right,
hair.
right, right.
Yeah,
So it was already there. You just had to, what your
right,
brother said, get your license, get your license.
right,
He was
right.
adamant about that because we
Mm-hmm.
do have people out there that cut
Right.
and aren't licensed. And
Mm-hmm.
to bring up the licensures, there are a lot of well, who don't have them that do cut. And then also within our industry, in different states, they're talking about deregulation and all sorts of
Mm-hmm.
things as it relates to the industry. I'm not sure exactly why that is so,
Mm-hmm.
um, but I tell you what, having a license makes a difference.
It
It it,
do.
it,
Yeah.
it, it means more to the clientele and you respect it, you
Right.
know.
Right.
And if you're a professional, you want to do what professionals do and make sure you're legitimate. That's all I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna say.
Yeah,
That's
it
all
means
I'm
a
gonna say.
lot because you put the work
Yeah,
in for it, so you have something to show for it. You know what I'm saying? So
say
it,
it
it means a lot
again.
to have it
That said
because you
again. It
work
means
so
a
hard
lot.
for it, so many years.
Right. And the
Hmm.
schooling is no joke. It's no
Right.
joke. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's challenging, it's fun, it's all of those things wrapped in one,
Mm-hmm.
and when you finally complete it, it's
Mm-hmm.
like, whoo. But that's when the real work begins, because in school we just
Yeah.
get the foundation, right?
Right.
Right, right, right. So my first question for you while I get these images together, what inspired you to pursue barbering and what were those early days like for you? You kind of told us about it, but
Yeah.
this just going a little more depth about it
Well, the
for us.
beginning was very hard for me because when I started school, I didn't know nothing about cutting hair. I didn't know how to hold the clippers or nothing. And so I just had to keep going.
Uh-huh.
Just seeing different hair textures come through there and different people and different, spirits and everything. I was just, eager to cut hair, and it was just in me to cut hair, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let me see. I don't know,
I'm
just a
pulling up
feeling,
some of the pictures. I'm still here. I'm trying to
Okay.
grab this. Can you see me?
Yes, but the
Yeah,
beginning was hard, and let me see.
okay.
So this how it happened. I was going to school while driving the school bus. So I would get up in the morning about 4 o'clock, drive the bus about 2 hours, get off at 6. Get off at 6, go to the school from like 9 to 1. Get off from 9 to 1, and then get back on the bus. And then off the bus, I would go to the barber shop. I did it every single day until I graduated barbering school.
Wow. So how long was your program? I don't
I
know
did it for
why.
about 2 years.
Oh, snap. That's
Yeah,
big.
yeah,
That's huge. I'm
yeah.
trying to get this I don't know why I keep putting it up. Can you still see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Cuz I'm trying to grab this the download gallery, and it's there we go. I'm grabbing your pictures. I'm
Okay,
grabbing your pictures here. Let me I'm just going to remove it for right now.
okay,
I was trying to get them, trying to get them in. You just you keep going, keep going. I'm gonna pull them in.
okay.
I'll pull them in for
But
you.
yeah, a lot of my inspiration come from the barbershop I work at. Seeing them do like the different hair colors and the wild styles and the
Huh?
prosthetic pieces. And a lady named Tammy Humphries taught me how to do prosthetic makeup and FX makeup. And so
Okay, hold on. What's prosthetics? I,
prosthetics is like, it's almost like, I can't explain it. It's like a rubber mask. You got to be able to glue it to the face and
let me bring that one in.
yeah.
Hold on, so y'all can see how versatile she is. The thriller one. I'm gonna hit that thriller one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's open that. Okay, there we go. Y'all see that there? All right, tell us about this one here.
Okay, so this is Haley. She's one of my models I like to work on. So I had to do her hair and the makeup 2 separate days.
Oh
So
wow.
the
Okay,
hair took
gotcha.
about a day because I had to strip her hair from the color she had, and then I had to do the haircut. And once she did the hair color, she came back the next day and we did the makeup. That took me about 4 or 5 hours itself, and then I had to get myself ready, and then we did the photo shoot afterwards.
Okay, so Haley is the one that you got the side shot of with the different colors in, right?
Yes, the same
That
person.
you
She's the
sent
same
over.
person.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull that in so y'all can see that image. All right, give me a second. I don't know why it's pulling it up so big. Is that it right there?
Yes, that's my first one I
Okay,
did. That's the first one I
okay,
did.
okay. Look at
Hmm.
Fiona. Versatility. All right. Do you want me to pull in the other one
Sure, you
of you?
can. Yeah, that's
Go
fine.
ahead, the one yeah, right there. That one there. You want me to pull that one in with
Yeah,
the thing on the neck?
go ahead.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Hold on, y'all. I'm working this. I'm working it. I'm working it. So Fiona's gonna tell us about this here. Okay, there we go.
Yes. Okay, so I was practicing on myself. That was before I did the thriller makeup. So I was really
Okay,
practicing on myself to make sure I had it. So it looked pretty good to me. It looked real, like a bullet hole.
it does. I'm like,
Yeah.
what happened? When
Mm-hmm.
I saw it on your Instagram, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, what happened to
Mm-hmm.
Fiona?
And it's real easy, real easy.
Okay,
All you need is some toilet paper and liquid latex and some makeup.
what? That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what pushed you into getting into this side of it?
Because I'm more of a like an artistic person. I love weird, odd things, and so and I don't know. I guess I think outside the box a lot. I love being
Okay,
creative, and I love to express myself. So this is me expressing myself.
okay. I'm gonna bring up the thriller one, y'all, so you can see it. That she was she got it. She'll tell us about this here.
Okay, this one is interesting too because the girl there, that's Taisha Crenshaw. She stitched her outfit together.
Oh wow,
Mm-hmm. It
wow.
is, yeah. And it's funny because that night so much happened on my first photo shoot. So the werewolf I made, right, her bottom teeth fell out, and she was like, "My teeth fell out," and I'm like, "What?" And I turned around about another hour or so. Taisha said that her shoe broke, and so we had to keep going. So she took her shoes off. We shot it. She shot it barefooted.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So
So it was a thriller night, huh?
yeah, that took me a whole day to do I got to finish the makeup and the photo shoot, so that took me a whole day for all of that. I was tired.
I know you was, because
Yes.
that just looking at your other image here,
Mm-hmm.
that seems like a lot of
Mm-hmm.
work. It makes me
Everything.
think
Yes.
about the individuals in the movies. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when they do that, hey, WK, thank you for tuning in.
Right.
WK is like, hey, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm that there. It's like that's a lot. That
Yeah.
is a lot.
See the
She
hair? It
is.
was. It
She is.
wasn't.
We can't say you're very talented.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's talent. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking about versatility tonight. And it's not just I'm so glad that you decided to come on,
Mm-hmm.
Fiona, because I've been following you since we met.
Right.
And when
Same.
I start seeing your work, I was like, oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So when you said what you wanted to share, and I was like, see, they think versatility, and I'm gonna say how some of y'all barbers might be thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Versatility in terms of cutting straight hair and texture hair. Being able to do that, or your shear work and your clipper work. Because some
Mm-hmm.
barbers, if you got to mess with the top, if especially with shears, they ain't fooling
Yeah.
with it. You,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
if it get too long, they ain't fooling with it. So
Right.
when she said versatility, I was like, oh, Fiona getting ready to bring it, because her work is very versatile. Not only does she cut straight texture hair, all manners and classes of individual, and I hate to use the word class, but
Yeah.
I meant to say, just everybody.
Mm-hmm.
She's had what, football players, news anchors. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
do we have one? I think you
I've
did
I
did
did
I
a
download?
what was that we did like a fundraiser for the homeless. Well, I ain't gonna say homeless, but the kids that are like foster home. Me
Right,
and
right.
Tyler Mabry, he's an NFL player. Me and him linked
Uh-huh.
together, and I gave out the free haircuts. He gave out gifts to the kids.
See
So
that? You talk about versatility.
hmm
I tell you. So my next question for you is, when did you realize that being a versatile barber would be key to your growth and success? What moment did it you was like, okay, let me do this? I
well when
know
I
you've
was
always been,
hmm
creative and talented, but
hmm
how did you decide I'm gonna bring that into the barbering space?
well when I was in the old world working, starting off as a barber, I would see all kind of people come in. I didn't know how to cut the hair, so I was learning at the moment, and they would teach me. And so I
Right,
was like,
right,
okay, all these people coming here, I got to make the money, I got to make the clientele. So I had to learn. And so what I
right.
would do was I would go get my little stool and my little phone stand, and I'll go out there to the homeless people and make videos and cut hair all day, just about making, doing free haircuts, making videos with them. And I'll be nice to them and I'll give them free haircut. They'll be so happy after I get done, you know what I'm saying? So
Right,
that's how kind
right.
of like, that's how I built my skill. And then once I realized that it's important to learn that, I had to, I had to go get it. I just had to go get it, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, 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 right. And it's interesting. You say you went out, you shared your talent with those who couldn't pay you,
Right.
but they gave you it was a even exchange, in a sense
Mm-hmm.
that you gave them a great cut, even
Mm-hmm.
though you was getting your reps in, and mastering your skill, but
Mm-hmm.
in exchange they provided you with someone to you
Right.
know
Right.
level up on your skill set. So
I always say
yeah,
that you give a free haircut is you're both getting something from it. You're building a
right,
skill, and that person gets to look good for free. You know what I'm saying? So don't look at it as a free
right,
haircut. You're constantly building the skill, and I did free
right.
haircuts all the time. And, it didn't bother me because I wouldn't worry about the money. It just when you mean it from the heart, you just give. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do, and
Mm-hmm.
that is so important. It is
Mm-hmm.
very important.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that's how I bless my clients. But
Mm-hmm.
I have not been to the. I used to go into the shelter, but I have not been in a while. One, because my schedule is busy.
Right.
However, I do need to make time to find somewhere to do that as well.
Mhm.
I prefer working with our little one, our children.
Right.
Um, but honestly, it really doesn't matter if just long as you're giving back.
Right.
That's the key, just to
Right.
give back. Yeah.
Mhm.
So anything else you want to add to that when you realize being a versatile barber would be the key to your growth and success?
Well, once you realize the client is comfortable in your chair, knowing that, then it'll make you feel better as a barber or stylist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is so true.
Mhm.
All right, now, how did you develop the skill to work with the different hair textures, styles, and clients needed early on in your journey? I know you did volunteering,
Mhm.
uh, you know, exchange of services.
Right.
But
Mhm.
like you say, it's really not free. You're both getting something out of it.
Right.
So outside of that, how else did you hone in on your skills? How,
Well,
what else did you do besides, offer your services?
right. Like you said, I met you at the hair show, right? So I took
Uh-huh.
classes at the hair show and watched people at the hair show. Then my mentor, he would train me, but the training would be like very intense. Like he'll tell me, go to your one area, but he wouldn't tell me where's the one area. So I'd be sitting there in the same area the whole time. And it was just real intense. He wouldn't tell me what to do, but he'll tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? How to do it, but what to do. He'd be like, hurry
Right.
up, they're ready to go. Hurry up, they're ready to go. So I had to,
Yeah, right.
he was putting that pressure on me, but I feel like, pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah. That's it. And it
Hmm.
really does.
Hmm.
So he was
Yeah.
showing you in a way where he wasn't telling you how to do it, but he
Hmm.
was
He would
in
tell me what to do.
what to do,
Hmm.
not how to do it, but what to
Hmm.
do.
Hmm.
So with that, you had to figure it out.
Yes, I
In
had to do it
essence,
all on my
even though
own.
he was right there with you. He
Hmm.
was giving you the how, but not the what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's because he made you put on that thinking cap. Like, okay, well,
Right.
what is he talking about? What is zone one? So
Hmm.
now you got to tap into what does he mean by zone one?
Right.
Could you tell his body language or facial expressions if you was in the right zone or not?
He said
Were they-
he told me he thought it was funny at the end because he
uh-huh.
said he remembered being in my shoes, but
Uh-huh.
I was very much intimidated and scared,
Uh-huh.
not knowing what I was
Why
doing.
were you intimidated or scared at the process or him overseeing you, watching you? What was
Uh,
the afraidness about?
because I didn't know what I was doing. And I don't want to give him a messed up haircut.
But you know what? I was like that. And I call it meticulousness, call it some folks call it perfection. And that's because
Yeah.
I strive for excellence in all that I do. It can be a crutch, not a crutch. It can be like a thorn in your side at some point,
Hmm.
depending on how you look at it. Because you don't want to fail, but you
Right.
have to fail or you have to make mistakes in
Hmm.
order to learn, in
Hmm.
order to see, okay, well, next time I won't do that. Next
Hmm.
time I do this. Or next
Right.
time I bend the clipper and use the side or the
Hmm.
first couple of teeth versus you trying to use the whole blade and lay it up against the head. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's you have to fail, you have to make mistakes um, to get it right.
Right.
And even when you feel like you've mastered something,
Hmm.
we can't say pressure does make people polish their craft for sure. So true. So true.
Right.
As I was saying, you go through that process, you start to get better.
Right.
You start to get better. And even as we master certain things, guess what? We still gonna make mistakes.
Right.
Or you feel like you're doing a good job and you've looked at it in the mirror and then the client get up and walk away, you walk
Hmm.
into the register to check them out and it's
Hmm.
like, dang,
Yep.
I see something. Do
Hmm.
you let it go? Do you bring them back to the chair? So it's a constant thing. That's
Hmm.
why I actually, I call it getting a second chance at my first love because I grew up in it, but I
Yep.
didn't go into it right away. So
Right.
like you, I've been around it. I just took another path, and to be in it, I see why I love watching my mom and trying to mimic her as a child.
Yeah.
It's something. So I
Hmm.
can see you watching your grandfather, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and then as you got older, your brother got into the shop. Did he go in right away, like out of high school, or he did some other things first
I
before
think
he decided?
he did some of the things first before he started
Okay,
cutting
before
hair. Yeah.
okay. So he's been cutting for quite some time now, huh?
Right, for a long time.
Oh wow. Wow, wow. So what barbershop is he at? He at the
It's
same one you are? Or
no,
he's
it's
at a
A1 Cuts in Milledgeville.
okay, A1 Cuts in Milledgeville. Y'all heard that. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
go see Fiona brother in A1 Cuts in Milledgeville. All right, all right. So is there any other thing that you want to share about developing your skills to work with different hair textures? Where you let me ask, because I didn't get a lot of straight hair training when I was in school, and
Mm-hmm.
I I've mentioned this on many podcasts, and I think it's because one, where our school was located, it was located in a predominantly Black neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
so we got a lot of textured hair individuals inside the school, and we didn't get much exposure except for the mannequins on straight hair,
Right.
you know. So I was still a little intimidated by it. Were
Yeah.
you you know, challenged with it in the beginning?
Yeah, but I was
Were you
told you have to be
cool?
willing to suck at first.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
To
you were a little nervous about it?
yes, every haircut.
Every
Yes, every
it didn't
haircut.
matter, every
It didn't
haircut.
matter. Yes.
Oh wow. So what was your with the haircuts? Was it clipper work or shear work or both or a combination?
Both.
Both, both.
Hmm. Hmm. I was
She
very much
said both.
intimidated.
Okay. And that's
My
just
my
go ahead.
classmate Eric, he tell me he said you were so scared back then, but he was like I could tell you were hungry for it. But he cut hair too. Eric Jordan, they call him
Okay.
EJ the Repeat.
Okay, gotcha, gotcha.
He cut hair
That's
good too.
all right.
Yeah.
So, you know, I can see that you so nervous or afraid because you want it so badly that
Hmm.
you know, like you get stuck or
Yeah.
you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to mess up.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
I
me.
can see that.
Yeah.
Cause I would watch and my instructor would be like, come on. And I'm like, nah, let me watch a little bit more. Let me
Right.
look at it. Let me see what y'all. And then for me, I'm left-handed,
Yeah.
so that also caused um, some challenges for me because most people are right-handed. So now I got to flip it around in my brain and
Right.
try to work it. So I was a little slow with it. And
Yeah.
then I got to tell you this with the straight razor, you use your dominant hand with the straight razor.
My right hand, yes.
The right hand. So how about I couldn't figure out if I wanted to use my right hand or my left hand?
Wow.
Because I'm, watching everybody. I'm like, I don't know which one. It was something else. But I'm
Yeah.
I'm grateful. Look at us now. Look how
Yeah.
far we've come. All
Hmm.
right, I'm gonna pull in another one of your images here.
Okay.
And let me remove this from the studio so I can bring in another one. We talked about that one. We shared that one. I'm gonna bring in this one here, and you tell us a little bit about that.
That's Mr. O'Connor. A tree fell on his leg, he said, when I went to cut his hair. And he was proud for me to cut his hair. He said that he was gonna write a book, right? And so he's
Oh
gonna
wow,
include me in the book because I cut his hair while he was in the hospital. But he
wow.
hasn't written the book yet, but he's gonna write a book and he's gonna include me in the book. So when I get a copy of it, I'll send it over to you.
All right, thank you, thank
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
thank you. That's all right. So when your book coming out?
I don't know.
Listen to me. Look at
I
me,
got
look at me.
I gotta put one together.
Okay, you have a lot to share, especially with your grandfather, that history there, cutting
Yeah,
from the home.
yeah.
You know, I know he built community doing that.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, that's the old it reminds me of the old barbershop feel. Like
Right.
my barber, she said, hold on, that's amazing. We can't say congratulations.
Hmm.
Yeah, the old world feel.
Hmm.
Old world. You work at old world.
Yeah.
But the old school barbershop feel.
Mm-hmm.
the conversations,
Mm-hmm.
the things going on at the barbershop. And I was saying my barber still runs the barbershop similar to that. And I say, yeah, my barber. I go see a barber even as a professional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her name is Lady Faded, Brandy Daniels. So I go see her.
Okay.
But nonetheless, it gives that old timey feel, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I'm sure people still talk about your grandfather to this day,
Yeah, they
and,
do. They,
and the
they tell me about
services
him all the
that
time.
see, see.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's share this other picture here, and then I'll get into my where is it? Where is it? There we go. Here we go. Share with us about this one here. Did I pull it in? Okay. I gotta remove that one and pull it in. There we go. There we go. I see you got the Coco cape on now. Coco
Yes.
cape on it. Yeah. So tell us about this image here. You do a lot of work in the community.
Okay, so I still see the one up from the hospital.
Okay, that's this individual has a uh okay. Okay, so that's the first one. And this is the second one. Is that the same individual?
Same, yes, same individual.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because it looked like a different person. One had a cape on, and the other
Yeah.
one had a striped cape. They're the same people.
No, it's different people. I'm sorry, different
Okay,
people.
okay. So let me put that one back up. So we had the one that said he's going to include you in the book. Is this the correct one here? I
No,
mean,
this
the second one
it's still the same one.
is still showing that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold up. Let me let me remove this from the studio. Hey, Ladosha, thank you for joining. Greatly appreciate it. So, if you're tuning in, we're episode 21 with Miss Fiona Curry. Our title tonight is Versatility at the Root. Fiona Curry on building a strong start in barbering. And I actually wanted to bring her on because her versatility is not just about cutting various textures and being versatile with shears and clippers and textures and styles, but her work is versatile in that she does. I'm gonna put it back up here again.
Okay.
She's done what to tell us about the makeup again. I forget the name
Uh,
of
it's
it.
FX makeup and prosthetics.
Okay, and what does you say FX or
Yeah, you know how you have like
FS?
the scary movie like FX,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
right? So I
Oh,
can make like say for instance like a Frankenstein. I can make a Frankenstein.
wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna show y'all. This is the one she had, and you said you was just kind of getting used to it, starting out with it.
To my the
Is it showing the one of you with the thing in your neck?
still seeing the hospital photo.
Okay, I wonder why is that. Let me just delete that out. Okay,
Okay.
you see it now?
No.
Okay, hold
I
on.
see the one with the like I made the bullet hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Tell her that's some of it. Some
Right.
of her work.
That's
Wow. Yeah,
just
she
the
did
FX.
that, okay. We need to be in Hollywood. I'd be a millionaire with the talent you have. Somebody
I know.
say that. Let me
I
show
know.
that. Yeah. And then Ladosha says she's on point. Yeah,
I
she's on
appreciate it.
point. Yeah. Yeah. So my next question for you is what advice would you give to new barbers who are just starting out and want to become more versatile in their craft?
Well, I would say, like I said before, it takes a while to develop the skill.
Mhm.
Never give up. Make sure your heart is in it. Let me see. I got some notes here.
Go ahead. Share
But
it.
let's see.
She say that's dope. She say
I
that's
would
that's
say
dope what you
right.
did.
I would say give out. I ain't gonna say always, but give out free haircuts so you can learn.
Okay.
Um, and let's see. And then really, it doesn't matter how good of hair you cut. You can always learn. You know what I'm saying? You can be the best barber, but still, you got to learn. You got to keep learning, and
Yeah.
always challenge yourself. Put pressure on yourself, because pressure make diamonds, like I said before. And if you're always comfortable, how you ever grow? You know what I'm saying?
You're right. If you're always comfortable, how will you grow? And Ladosha, I wanted to show you, this is some work that she did. So let me put up this haircut that so you can see it before the makeup. I'm gonna show that to you. So that's the haircut before the makeup, before the thriller. And then this is the process of her
hmm
applying it
hmm
and getting her set up. And then I'm going to remove this. And this is the finished product of that whole process for her. That's the finished product.
Yep. And every
Yeah.
little piece you see, it was separate. Even the hair, it was like I had to glue it together to make the beard.
Wow. Wow.
And the
That's
right, the ears were separate from the face. I had to put that together on the ears.
wow. So every little piece you had to
Everything you see
create.
was separate.
Wow.
Mhm.
So
I
were
had.
the teeth something, you know how you doing Halloween, you buy the little teeth.
hmm
Was that, was it similar to that? Not plastic, but was it similar?
It
She
was.
said, wow.
Yeah, it was more. It wasn't like plastic. It was real heavy, like real thick. And so you see, she don't have her bottom teeth there. They
What?
fell out in the middle of the photo shoot. But
Oh,
anyway, I was about to say, I had to make that makeup blend into her. She was a white girl, so I had to make it blend so you couldn't see her skin. Even I had to do
oh.
regular makeup too, like regular makeup.
Okay, so like your the makeup that we put on, or
Yeah.
some of us,
Mm-hmm.
you use that on top
Mm-hmm.
of
Mm-hmm.
the makeup to build the face out.
I had to paint
So
that.
it wasn't a mask that you put on. You had to create that, the
Right.
face itself.
You have to put it on there to where it don't look like it's wrinkles in it, and you have to glue it on. You got to put it on there like perfectly. If not, it's not. She ain't gonna be able to breathe or see.
Oh, okay.
So it's like glue holding it together, and you got to get like some I forgot the name of that clay. But you can make like scars with it. You roll it up, like make it real, like thin, and you have to smooth it out on the edges so it can be real smooth. And but that mask was, I had to paint that mask as well. It wasn't that color. It was like a tan color when I got it. So everything you see, I
Oh.
had to work with. I had to put it together.
So who is your mentor? How did so many questions running through my head about this, because I'm looking at your work and it looked like movie work. You know
Right.
what they do in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to figure out. You just read about this. You watch YouTube. You got somebody in the industry that you actually work with. How that I know she say this some serious dedication.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting here scratching my head like that looked like our thriller set.
Right.
Let
So
me
my
look. I'm gonna put that picture back up here, y'all, of her. She did this last year for Halloween.
Mhm.
So I don't know what she gonna do this year, but
I got something
this
coming
was a
though.
scene. Yeah, this was a scene. And if you go to her Instagram, let me put her Instagram up as well. You go to her Instagram and scroll down her page, and you have it on your TikTok as well.
It should be on
Um,
there. Yeah.
okay, you go to her Instagram and TikTok page, you'll see it because she actually put different phases of her prepping for this particular scene, a photo shoot. That y'all did a video of it too.
Well, we
Oh,
did a photo shoot, but I made a video out of it.
okay, gotcha.
Right.
I knew it was something.
hmm
I saw the video. I thought it was a video.
And in the middle of
Yeah.
the photo shoot, I transformed into a zombie. So I had on zombie makeup.
You did all of that.
hmm
Wow. Hey, I just say y'all check out her IG page because it's amazing.
hmm
I was watching it. I'm like, is she at first I didn't know if you was doing it or somebody else was doing it for you until I start reading and you were
hmm
saying something new. You expanding your craft.
hmm
You Yeah, so I'm like, wow. Let's
Yeah.
see. We got another comment.
Okay.
Um, Ladosha says you need to come back and show us what you do this coming Halloween. Okay, all right. We're gonna have you back for Halloween.
I'll come
We're
back.
gonna
No
have
problem.
you back for Halloween. Thank
Yeah,
you,
I'll come
Ladosha,
back.
for that. I mean, WeK, thank you for that. That's
Yeah.
right. And I
Yeah.
know you already prepping. It's 5 months, about 5 months away, but
Mm-hmm.
still, I know that took a lot of work. Like you said, the
It
hours,
did.
you got to do piece by piece.
Mm-hmm.
Um, was this your first time doing it?
Yeah, it's my
Like,
first time. Everything you see, I got it on my own.
wow.
So it
So
was
there's
very hard.
nobody in the industry that's mentoring you. You just,
Mm-mm.
oh,
I had to schedule the
that's
photo shoot. I
impressive.
had to buy the costume. I had to get the makeup. I had to learn. I had to do a class on the prosthetic makeup. I did all that on my own. But what inspired me was going to the hair show with my mentor Jason, and
Yeah,
I saw all the different kind of you know how it is at the hair show. You might
yeah, they
have a
do
guy.
all the funky
Right.
hairdos and
So
all of
that's
that.
where my idea came from. I said, well, it's so much more than just cutting hair. I could do like makeup. I could do prosthetics. I could do hair color. And that's what inspired me to do this.
Wow, wow, wow. So
But
y'all,
see, at
if
first
y'all
I,
did,
oh,
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
go ahead. I was
So
gonna
if,
say if y'all just tuning in, yeah, this is her first time. WeK, first time. She say first time. What a blessing
mhm,
to be so talented. Yeah.
mhm,
So for those of y'all just tuning in, this is episode number 21. We have Fiona Curry on. She's a master barber out of Macon who works at the Old World Barbershop. What's that?
oh,
What's the
Cotton
street?
Avenue, 385
Cotton
Cotton
Avenue.
Avenue.
385 Cotton Avenue.
Hmm.
She's there. But what I was going to say, we actually met at the World Natural Hair Show
Hmm.
not last year.
Right.
And I was actually taking a class with her mentor, and he was talking about advanced barbering skills. So if you're hearing this, she's sharing how she got the idea from that. And doing, y'all know, if you've been to a hair show, you know they do costumes, and besides the barber battle and all of that, they have different things to entertain individuals who come, and they always have some type of hair show where
Hmm.
they're showing off all the elaborate designs and different things that individuals have done. It couldn't be competition wise,
Hmm.
but they were walking around. I saw some of them walking around
Hmm.
throughout the venue and had all kind of hairstyles. I'm like,
Hmm.
whoa. But
Hmm.
that inspired her to the
Hmm.
point where she was like, I can do this
Hmm.
prosthetics. And what's the other word for the makeup?
FX makeup.
FX,
Hmm.
FX makeup.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking that's scary stuff. That's scary stuff. But it
Yeah.
could be anything like Eddie Murphy with the
Hmm.
clump. That's a type of makeup, right?
Hmm.
Okay, okay.
Hmm. More like a
He put
probably
on the
some
big
kind of
suit.
like a latex, maybe like latex prosthetic,
Okay,
something like that. But that's if for sure prosthetic.
gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow, wow. Anything else you would like to share with us as it relates to versatility? Any more inspirational info? Wait, Ladosha, hold on before you say that. She said, we can say you definitely have a beautiful future ahead of you.
Hmm.
I'm with you on
Thank
that.
you.
And for sure we gotta bring her back so we can see what she's doing this Halloween. I'm
Okay.
sure she already got it on the drafting table,
Hmm.
kind of finalizing and fine tuning so she can start to put it together. And
Yeah.
then Ladosha said, this is why these platforms are so helpful to the industry, so professionals can be encouraged to feel free to go beyond the chair. That's true. Thank you, Yah-Tay, for the truth. Your guest is fire in my Lamar voice. She is fire. I
Thank
mean,
you.
when I saw that, and I just reached out to her, and Fiona, I know it was like it was a couple days ago, but still. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I need this. Can you send me this? Can you send me this? But I seeing her work, I was like, okay, I got to get it on. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Sometimes I'm a little nervous about reaching out to individuals, but I just got to step out there too.
Right. You don't have to be
And
nervous
say,
with me. I'm a,
come on. But
right.
she said yes, and shared the info, shared what she wanted to talk, and I was like, oh, this gonna be a banging topic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was like, send me some pictures so I can
Yeah.
put it up,
Yeah.
so I can share it, because this does show those who are considering, whether it's barber, master hair care, cosmetology, and though we're talking about the hair side of things, there are many other areas where you can be versatile and show your talents in various capacities as it
Mm-hmm.
relates to that. But here in the barber industry, it's not just being in the shop behind a chair. There's movies, there's theater, there's a whole a whole host of things that you can do. And
Mm-hmm.
this is just so inspiring. You took it and you learned this on your own.
Mm-hmm.
That looked like something that literally came out of the movies. For
Mm-hmm.
real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
that
very
means you put a
it's
lot of time and effort into
right.
getting it so
Mm-hmm.
it looks like that. Because I'm serious, when I first saw it, I knew you was doing it, but I'm like, I wonder who you got there at Tyler
Yeah.
Perry Studios or somewhere
I wish.
helping you with that. So to know that you did that on your you
Mm-hmm. Somebody, well, the lady, she taught me how to do, her name is Tammy Humphries. I think I said it before, but anyway, she taught me how to do the FX makeup and the prosthetic pieces. But I never done it for a photo shoot. So that was my first time just actually physically doing it on somebody.
oh wow. So
Yeah.
you took it from what she shared and took it to a whole nother level and did a photo shoot
Mm-hmm.
and all.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And see, I'm the
So
type
tell,
person.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say what made you come up with the thriller theme first. Cause that's top. You went for the king of pop. You know what I
Right.
mean? You went
Right.
for the big dog.
Yeah.
The goat.
I'm the type person, like, I like my material to be how I see it in the photo. Like, I want to be exactly like the photo, nothing off. Exactly how I'm real hard on myself, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
um
We in the way, wait, hold on. We in the right field to be that way though, because
mm-hmm.
our clients are looking for that type of precision and it to
Right.
be just so for their head and facial structures.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay. It's
Right.
okay. It's
And
okay.
so I said to myself, well, my mentor always tell me, if you're gonna do something, be extra with it. And so at first I was gonna do the werewolf. I said, okay, I'm doing the werewolf.
For
And I
real,
said,
Jason
no,
said that.
I
It
said I
was it
gotta add
Jason?
more.
Was it
Huh?
Jason? Was it Jason
Jason.
that said that?
He
Should have known.
said, if you're gonna do something, be extra. So I always keep that in my head till today, be extra, be extra. And so I had the werewolf in mind. I said, okay, well, if I'm doing the werewolf, I got to have the whole shebang. So I had to
Right,
find
right.
somebody to do the thriller girl. And then I said, well, I could be Michael, you know. And so I just went out a bang.
You went out with a bang. I'm gonna pull
Mhm.
up a because I have a picture of her mentor. Let
Yeah,
me
he's well known at the hair shows, the long hair,
yeah,
long
he
beard.
is. He's he's come here before.
Right.
And I saw him when I popped up. He was like, I know you. Let me I'm gonna pull it up. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm gonna pull it up so they can see Mr. Jason.
But yeah, he always tell me to be extra. So that's why I always keep in mind. And like I said, when I see something, I want to do it exactly how I see it. So I try to make it perfect as possible. And, it take me a while. I got to write it down, plan it out, put stuff together. I got to write it down. Like, I got a whole notebook. I put all my stuff in just to keep up with it.
Gotcha.
I draw stuff out. Whatever I got to do, I draw it out, write it out. Whatever I got to
Uh-huh.
do, pull up pictures, print out pictures.
Uh-huh.
And I just like,
Wow.
yeah, I like exactly how I see it.
You want it to be just so, just how you see it.
Hmm.
That's it, like I said, we're in the right industry to be meticulous
Hmm.
and what I call, well, if y'all want to say perfectionist, so be it. It's okay. We
But
can be that too.
I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my school. Okay, so when I was
Yeah.
in barbering school, a situation happened where I didn't have a teacher for a year, so that put me in Eric back a whole year from graduating. It's been
What?
a real rough journey for me, but it was worth it in the end. And so was held back a year from graduating, and then about a year later we got a teacher. So nobody could find us a teacher, nobody could know what was going on. So a whole year went by without us being in school. So it took me 3 years instead of two to graduate barbering school.
Okay.
I didn't have a teacher for a year. That's how I met Jason.
Oh wow.
He came to the school to teach a class, and little did I know he would be my mentor at the time. And so a couple months went by,
Let
and I
me
didn't have a
put
teacher.
Jason up here so y'all can see who he is.
Mm-hmm.
That's Jason right there.
Yep.
He's doing hair, and I got another picture I'm gonna pull in. Um, uh, he's known for that beard though, for
Yep.
real, for real. Let me pull up this one. This was in the class where Fiona and I met. He was giving a
Mm-hmm.
class, so that's Jason right there with the beard. But you said he came in to teach a class.
Him and Steve, they the owners of well, Steve is the owner and Jason is like the co-owner or whatever. And
Okay.
they came in as to teach us a class about, hair cutting. And
Uh huh.
so he gave us his Instagram. I said, okay. And so I didn't think nothing of it. I said, well, he's just teaching the class. And so some months went by and we didn't have a teacher for about a year or so. And I said, well, I want to learn how to cut hair. I got to keep going. I can't stop. And Jason was the only person I could think of at the time. And so I hit
Uh
him up. He
huh.
said, come on, I'll give you a shot on my floor. He said, I'll give you a shot. Just come on and I'll try it out. So that's how it all got started. So if it wasn't for
Wow.
him, I probably wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah, because he has a unique way of teaching. Um,
Yeah.
and I
Very
can see
straightforward.
him right, very straightforward. I can see him doing the how, the why, and not the how of
Right.
of of that, because of how he did the class.
Right.
And he's very, very knowledgeable, well traveled. He's been in the industry for a while. He's been around a long time as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he
20 plus years.
yeah, he knows a lot. He knows a
Mm-hmm.
lot. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he does. I can't believe that you didn't have a instructor.
Mm-mm. And that's what
I-
led me to go to Old World.
wow.
Because I said, well, I got to keep going. I was so eager to learn. I didn't know who to think of. Only person I knew in my head was Jason.
Okay,
So,
because he had come to the school.
right, that's all I knew. And so,
Wow.
and that's how I got
Wow.
started. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So you end up finishing and then going to work in his shop.
Right. Once I finished school, I went to his shop and worked full time.
Okay.
Me and
Wow.
Eric were the only two people that graduated at the time. He went through the same thing I did. We went a year without a teacher. So it took us
Wa-
3 years to graduate.
Wow. That's dedication there.
hmm It was so
That's
hard, real hard.
yeah. And see, I went through during COVID, so I not having a teacher, and I
hmm
was mad at COVID because
hmm
with what we do, you got to have the hands on, and
hmm
you got to have that time. And if you're someone like us, we want it. When you have those things come up, it's just like, man. But
And
it
see,
also tests how bad do you want it.
right, I was just finna say that.
Yeah, it
hmm
tests, do you really want this? Because I
hmm
was, and I said this in another podcast, and I'm gonna share this. I actually wrote a book. It's entitled A Heritage of Hair, Living the Legacy of My Heritage. And I was discouraged in some ways with that process, but I
hmm
show this because my mother graduated in 71. But doing my research and looking at the Florida licenses and regulation board, the board,
hmm
I found out she didn't actually obtain her license until 78, February
Oh.
February 6th of 1978. So
hmm
two kids, a marriage and divorce later, she finally gets her license. So I bring that up because I was here talking about a COVID in a few months when it took her 7 years. You
Wow.
know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, that ain't nothing.
hmm
So in sharing your story, if you want it, you know what I mean? You'll do what it takes to get it done.
Right.
And let's see, we can say it really is dedication. Kudos to you guys for sticking to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my situation and yours, and I'm like, dang, no instructor?
Right. This is by
Yeah.
far, this is the hardest thing I've done in my life. Barbering was the hardest thing ever.
Wow,
Because
wow,
it was so
wow.
much. I went through so much. Like I'll be here all day explaining you my whole story.
Look, share. Ladosha said, I'm with you, WK. Like she said, how bad do you want it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I had to look at it like, okay, a couple of months, 7 years. He's like, I gotta get this.
mm-hmm.
And you found a way. You went with Jason,
Mm-hmm.
got the schooling,
Mm-hmm.
and thank God he came through.
Right.
So then that trigger, okay, let me go. He obviously he told y'all where he was at. So
Mm-hmm.
you knew where to go.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
wow. All right, kudos to Jason.
I know, right?
Anything else you would like to share with us or share with up and coming barbers? I know I want to ask you one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like being a female in a male dominated industry, being in this industry? Any
It can.
challenges? Any?
It can be
Yeah.
hard at times. Like they might come in and look at you like, I don't want her to cut my hair. She's a female, but you're gonna have people like that, but they don't
Uh-huh.
know they're finna get a blessing, you know what I'm saying? So you have to let them go on, just say, okay,
You say they
well,
finna, what'd you say? They finna get a blessing?
right. But it's okay. You have to let people choose who they want. Not everybody's for you,
Right,
not for everybody.
right.
So
That's it. That's it. My dad
take
used
it
to
with a
say
grain of salt
everybody.
and move on.
My dad used to say everybody money ain't good in your pocket. Like
Right.
if a customer don't want to, and I've had it too, and I still get it, and I'm sure I'm going to continue to get it, where people don't want me to cut their hair for whatever reason.
hmm
And you know what? I see it as a blessing.
Right.
Maybe I don't need the, maybe it's something about you that I don't need to interact or whatever it is,
Right.
that's cool. And if I approach, the individual who's walk-in or whatever, they're not appointment based, because most of
hmm
my appointments, they want to be with me. You know what
Right.
I'm
Right.
saying? But if it's a
Yeah.
walk-in or somebody coming through and I can see it on their face, I don't pressure them.
Right.
I don't pressure him. I'm gonna tell you this. So it was a guy that came in the barbershop,
hmm
didn't want me to cut his hair. He came in a few weeks later with him and his sons. And I guess he was in a rush to go somewhere. He had somewhere to go.
hmm
I ain't have I was actually waiting for a client, but he saw that there was nobody in the chair. And guess who he wanted to cut his hair? Me. And
Right.
guess what I told him? No, I got a client coming, which I did. But I was like, no, I just waved him off like,
Right.
no,
Right. You can't please everybody in the industry. It's very
nope.
hard. You gotta do the best you can. As long as you know you did the best you could and you feel good about it, it's the best you can do.
That's it. What you
People
say?
gonna
As long as you
right.
know you did the best you could, and that
hmm
hey, that's the best you could do for that
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Any other pointers? You said you had some notes. You shared all your notes.
I think
Oh,
I did, yes. I know I was gonna say don't compete with other people like other barbers or stylists. Just be yourself, stay in your own lane. Don't compete with nobody because I can't compare my 5 years to Jason's 20 plus years. You know what I'm saying? He's a whole different barber than I am.
can
So
you say that one more again? Don't
don't
compete.
compare don't compare
Don't
my 5 years to his 20 plus years. Don't compete with nobody. Stay in
and
your
it's
own lane.
stay in your own lane. It's
hmm
enough work out there for
hmm
everybody.
It is enough out there for
So you
everybody.
don't have to worry about you just don't have to. It's enough out there for everybody. And I like what you said.
Right.
Stay in your own lane.
Right.
You can't compare your five
hmm
years to Jason's 20 plus years.
Right.
You
Everybody's success is
can't.
different.
Everybody, yeah, it is.
hmm
Your path is different. Your
hmm
path is different from mine. But guess
hmm
what? I've been in the game, including school, 5 years.
hmm
You know what I'm saying?
hmm
And the differences. But we can't compare. We here.
Right.
We're here.
Right.
Hey, Fiona said a word there, y'all.
hmm
Don't compare your X amount of years to somebody else X amount of years.
Right.
There's plenty individuals out there that need haircuts, that want haircuts. It's enough out there for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We can't say, yep, competing with others only sets you back. It makes you go insane and affects you in ways that are not motivating.
Right.
That is so true. It keeps you focused on everything outside of you
Right.
too. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Because you're looking at the next person and what they doing or not doing, and you comparing it to yourself or where you
Mm-hmm.
should be. And once again, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years.
Right.
There's no comparison. That's
Mm-hmm.
just like comparing an old barber to a new barber.
Mm-hmm.
In a different time, yeah, the skill set is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like my sister say, the black eye spray. She call it the black the
Yeah.
spray.
The enhancement.
Yeah, enhancements. Yeah, and I tell people I don't own a can. I don't do that. I don't do that. Well, what if they want? No, that's just not my lane. I'm staying in my lane, right? I
Mm-hmm.
know how to do it, but I just don't like to do it.
Right.
I, yeah, it's not me. But once again, Fiona has dropped some gems for us. Thank you for sharing that versatility is more than just shears and clippers.
Mm-hmm.
It's about where you take your talents behind the chair. How
Mm-hmm.
can you enhance your talents to the point? Let me put this back up here, y'all, so y'all can see her work. Look like the real werewolf from Thriller.
It's the 2024 version.
That 2024 version of Thriller. Look. Oh man. So if you aren't following our special guest, please follow her on IG and TikTok at Fizzo_the Barber. And what I did is capitalize the letter so that your eyes read it a little better. But
Mm-hmm.
it's not case sensitive. It's all Fizzo the Barber.
Mm-hmm.
Follow her on Instagram, TikTok. We look forward to seeing what you're gonna create this Halloween. Can you share a little bit or no, you gonna save it? Can
I got something planned
Okay,
coming up. I got the costume for it already. I just gotta put everything together. So
okay,
if you're following me, I might have a special guest. I'm not gonna say what it is or who it is. That
okay,
might be in my next photo shoot. So I'm excited.
okay. LaDosha say I'll be following. She said to follow her now. Yeah, please follow
Hmm.
her now. Don't forget to hit subscribe on our whatever channel you watching us from, and do
Yeah.
comment, share with us how you're being versatile as a barber or a master hair care, master barber, cosmetologist. Share with us how you're being versatile in your craft, not just your tools and how you use them, but where are you taking your talents? You taking them to the streets? She got it over here in the werewolf. She got the werewolf over here. And once
Yeah.
again, let me show y'all what the young lady looked like before. So you know this is talent. She started out with the haircut.
Hmm.
That's it. That's the setup.
Well, that was
Oh,
the
let me
first
go back. Let me
color.
go
That's
back.
the first color I did on her. That's when I was practicing the hair color. And
Okay.
then I put the gems in there. You see the gems? I put the gems in there too.
Yep. Y'all see the gems right there? Okay, and then this is the start of
Yes.
creating the makeup. And
Right.
she said everything was separate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you putting what you doing right here on this picture with her?
It's like I was putting the beard on, the hair for the beard on.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Make sure it was
Oh, the
sticking to
hair
the
for the
face.
beard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We can't say, wow, you made it. You need to be in Hollywood. Okay, she said, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing. Hold up. Oh, well, you need to be in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Multi-talented.
Yeah. I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind trying it out. I would love to go to Hollywood.
Hey. And okay, y'all. So here's the finished product. And it was her first time doing it.
Mm-hmm.
First time.
Mm-hmm.
I wow. I'm still amazed. Like she did that thing. All
Right.
right. If you're tuning in to Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay, you have tuned in with our special guest, Fiona Curry, Master Barber out of Macon, Georgia. She works at Old World Barbershop. It's on Cotton Avenue. What's the address again?
385 Cotton Avenue.
385 Cotton Avenue. And don't forget to catch her brother. Tell us where your brother at.
A1 Cuts in Millersville, Georgia.
A1 Cuts in Milledgeville, Georgia. You have tuned in to Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay. We have Fiona here, and she was talking with us about versatility. And this is showing enough versatility at the root.
Right.
And
It'll bring you more clientele. You know,
yeah,
when you're versatile, you get more clientele. You attract more people when you're versatile.
so y'all hear that?
Mm-hmm.
She say you attract more people when you're versatile, and it brings you more clientele because they want to inquire what is she doing over there? What's going on? I can just imagine you did that in the barbershop. What people were thinking, like, what's going on over there?
I had
Can't
to
get
go.
their haircut done.
Right. I had to wait till we were closed to do it. So it was a
Oh, okay.
Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, it was on Sunday. They were walking by downtown looking in the window. Oh,
but I had to walk down the street. So they were looking as I walked down the street. They were like, whoa, what's she doing?
right,
I
right,
didn't want
right.
to see, but I didn't have no choice. I had to make the photo shoot, you know.
Okay, gotcha. So he does have something planned, and as LaDosha has so graciously shared with us to bring her back. So we're gonna wait till she get all of it. Are you plan to do it on Halloween or around that time?
I might do two different things. I might do one coming up within a couple of months, maybe I say June, July, August, and then I'll probably do another for Halloween. So I'll
Okay.
probably do two this year.
Okay, so she gonna have some more images for us. So I'm gonna pencil her in. Look, hold up. Let me find out when Halloween is, y'all. Hold on. Let me find out. Let me see. Let's get this date together.
I'll write it down
Hold on.
too.
Let me see when Halloween is. So, okay. Halloween is on a Friday this year. So maybe we'll have her come on November 2nd after Halloween because she'll be done did all of that stuff. So we're going to pencil her in for November the 2nd. Y'all hear that, right? So we're going to bring her back. We can have her back before then, but we're going to definitely bring her back on the 2nd so she can give us an update on those two projects that she's done. And if she won't, you can come back when you do the first project that you say you're going to do in a couple months. Just let me know.
Okay.
And then, we'll set that up. And definitely after Halloween, because we know she's going to do something real dope. And LaDosha says, great show. Keep it up, Fizzy. Fizz.
Thank you.
Fizz. That's all right. Thank you so much for sharing your time. Thank you for sharing those nuggets that you've shared with us tonight. If y'all are catching this on the replay, thank you for taking time out of your day to replay this broadcast. This has been episode number 21 with Miss Fiona Curry, and she's in Macon, Georgia, doing it up, versatile style. And she said it's good to be versatile. You attract more people, you attract clients. Folks want to sit in your chair because they want to be done like that. You ever had anyone say, I want that too? Okay.
Once I did, they were like, I want color in my hair too. I said, okay, just let me know,
Okay. And that's another way, a quick way to change your appearance, color. Can't wait. Wike say she can't wait. And let me see. Wike say it was really a great show. I appreciate all the knowledge you shared and your talent. Wishing you all the best in life and much success to you. Thank you, Wike. Thank you, LaDosha. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Any other thing you want to share before we close out the broadcast?
Oh, I think I covered everything.
Look, I'm still pulling. Now you good. Thank you so much, Fiona. We look forward to you coming back. So we're gonna have it twice so far, y'all, with these two things she got coming up. This was dope. I really, really appreciate it. Versatility. at its best, at its most creative point. Y'all saw her do the werewolf, what you call it, the 21st, the 2024 version of the Michael Jackson. What he did that late mid
It was like
80s,
1980.
80s. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was looking like, oh man,
Yeah.
you talented. And to
Thank you.
know now that you were just learning, that's talent. That's talent. And thank you to your mentor for all he does and holding it down and sharing that knowledge and also providing you with the space to continue your profession after school.
Right.
So we appreciate that.
Yeah,
So I
thank y'all for
wish you
having
all,
me.
huh?
I said, thank y'all for having me. Don't ever
I
be
know.
scared to
Thank
ask me to come.
you.
I'm a real personable person, real easy to approach. So I'll come whenever y'all need me to come.
All right. Well, thank you. So we already know you coming back 2 more times this year.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and if there's anything that you have going on, you want to share, or you would like to come on to share, don't hesitate. I'm
Gotcha.
on every Sunday, so let me throw that up there, y'all. Female Barber Talk is on every Sunday. I'm doing my best to keep up with it. Hold on, let me get this here.
I
I
just
got
left a hair show in
uh-huh.
Orlando, so I got a video for that too. So you can go watch that video.
Okay, so you got it up. Okay,
It's on my Instagram.
okay. So was that the
Orlando
hair
premiere.
show, the Orlando premiere? Okay, so your mentor, he was there too.
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
met
what did you see?
Ursula Barber was there.
Okay,
Let me see who else was there. Fabulous, you know him, the rapper Fabulous.
yeah, yeah.
I think Frank the barber cut his hair, and I took a picture with him.
Okay,
Let me see who else. And it was it. But I saw those two people.
okay, all
Yeah.
right. Ladosha say yay, and she say see you tomorrow. Yeah, Ladosha, see you tomorrow. Oh, so don't forget to tune in to Ladosha and Cheryl's podcast on Mondays and Thursdays. I These last 2 weeks I've been missing them and catching the replay. But it's Afro Hair Science. They come on 6 p.m. Wait, let me get because I got it on my calendar. Hold up. My calendar. Tomorrow is at 6 p.m. on Mondays, and it's the Afro Hair Science podcast. And on Thursdays, it's at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So y'all be sure to check out Ladosha and Cheryl. What is it? AKA Key Lolo and the Hair Oracle, Miss Cheryl. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate you tuning in to our podcast today. And I look forward to seeing what you got going in the next couple of months and for Halloween. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting you on the calendar for after Halloween. And you just let us know when you want to come on for the first project that you do this year as well. So thank you, Fiona. We
Yeah.
appreciate having you all. Thank you to those of you who've tuned in. This has been episode 21. Yeah, we're going strong. 21 episode. And if you're a female barber out there, master barber, master hair care, and you would like to come on and share your story, just hit me up. Hit me up at Yah-Tay the Barber Stylist. You can DM me on any of the social media platforms. My email address is Yah-Tay the Barber Stylist. That's YAHTAY, the Barber Stylist at gmail.com. And that's all we got until next time. We will see you again soon. All right, Fiona, you keep being versatile, and I'm excited about. I know you didn't share with us, but I'm excited about your next 2 projects.
I like for it to be a secret.
Okay, I got it. Secret, y'all. Shh. Don't say
thank
nothing.
y'all for having me so much. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Take care.
All right, you too.
I am naturals. I am real roots pride. I am real roots love. I am real roots naturals, naturals.